Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into some crazy live action in the gold market, specifically the XAUUSD pair. That's gold against the US dollar. We're going to break down exactly how to navigate this intense volatility using a purpose-built algorithmic tool designed to tame the chaos. Let's get right into it. Now, to really grasp why we even need algorithmic systems in the first place, just look at this translated excerpt from a live trader chat. My mind is running. What to do next? Market is doing buy sell. Man, I think we've all been there, right? It perfectly captures that sheer exhaustion and anxiety day traders feel when the market gets super choppy. It's that constant second guessing, staring at candles bouncing up and down, completely draining your mental energy. And here is exactly what triggers that stress. You're looking at the XAUUSD actively sustaining a massive bullish breakout right above a critical intraday key level. Look at that heavy price action around the London session. The momentum pushing upward is absolutely thrilling if you're positioned right. But honestly, it's downright terrifying if you're trying to manually process that speed in real time. So the magic number here is exactly 4,077.85. Sustaining price action above this specific level completely shifts the market into a trending bullish state. Now, this creates a massive opportunity for sure, but it also brings extraordinarily high stress for manual traders who are constantly battling their own psychology, desperately trying to hold on to winners while terrified of a sudden pullback. But the good news is, once we break that 4,077 level, we aren't just flying blind. The market structure actually lays out a clear map. We've got distinct upside resistance targets where the price is highly likely to either gravitate or stall out completely. These R1 and R2 levels, they are our next major milestones in this bullish run. Let's break down those exact numbers. We're looking at intraday R1 at 4,134.36 and intraday R2 up at 4,189.76. Those are our map destinations. But here's the kicker. Getting there safely from the initial breakout requires a seriously disciplined vehicle. As you know, the market almost never moves in a perfectly straight line. It zigzags, it retests, it loves to shake out weak hands. You absolutely need a way to stay objective. And that brings us to the Quantum Cobra, or formerly the Cobra Pro Max V1, hardened. This is an institutional-grade algorithmic trading solution, an expert advisor built specifically for MetaTrader 5. We're not talking about some basic script you download off a forum. This is a logic-heavy, hardened system engineered from the ground up for serious market resilience and, above all, capital preservation. The contrast between the two approaches is pretty stark. Manual trading, it leaves you completely vulnerable to emotion, hesitation, and those out-of-nowhere flash crashes. Because, well, you're human. Quantum Cobra, on the other hand, utilizes automated risk governance to stay 100% objective. It doesn't feel fear, it doesn't get greedy. It just reads the data and systematically executes the logic. Section 2, the Drawdown Governor, your financial circuit breaker. Let's see how this thing acts as an autonomous emergency switch. It essentially uses a real-time volatility protection framework. So it's constantly monitoring the average true range, tracking any true range expansion, and hunting for sudden spread shocks or liquidity gaps. It even enforces strict daily and weekly loss limits. Basically, if market conditions get too wild and erratic, the governor just says nope, suspends trade execution, and steps back to protect your equity. And the math behind this resilience? It's honestly fascinating. The loss management module is meticulously calibrated to withstand up to 16 consecutive losses without triggering a catastrophic equity depletion. Think about that. The developers deliberately engineered this for worst-case scenarios, giving the strategy the statistical robustness you need to survive those brutal, unrelenting market streaks. On top of that, it has a built-in news filter that ensures the EA steps completely aside during high-impact US dollar economic events. By natively integrating with the MT5 economic calendar, it automatically identifies upcoming news and just pauses all trading before and after the event hits. This literally eliminates your exposure to those unpredictable news-driven price spikes that can wipe out weeks of hard-earned profit in just seconds. Moving on to our next section, the Profit Lock Engine, securing the gains. We've talked about playing defense. Now let's look at the offense. Think of the Profit Lock Engine working right alongside its chandelier trail mechanism as a financial ratchet. And you know how a ratchet works, right? It only moves one way, up.
So as a trend develops and your profits accumulate, the system doesn't just sit there holding and hoping. It actively, progressively scales out to lock in realized gains along the way. That means a deeply profitable trade never gets the chance to reverse back into a loss.
Plus, the system scales directly with your account size, which is great. But maybe the best part? It's inherently restart safe. Look, tech fails. If your platform crashes or your virtual private server goes down, you don't need to panic. Once it's back up, the EA autonomously reconnects to all its risk anchors, open positions, drawdown thresholds, the whole shebang, without you having to intervene at all. It just picks right up where it left off, protecting your capital. Okay, so how do you actually deploy this thing effectively? The developer recommends a very specific setup. You'll need MetaTrader 5, a low-spread ECN or raw spread broker for tight execution, a minimum deposit of $5,000 for proper risk management, scaling, and a dedicated VPS. That VPS is absolutely crucial so the system can run uninterrupted 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So, with the gold breakout fully underway past our 4,077.85 key level, and those R1 and R2 targets clearly mapped on the horizon, the market is offering some incredible opportunities right alongside intense risks. The tools exist to navigate this systematically. The only question left is, are you going to keep battling the chaos manually, or are you ready to automate your wealth and tame the volatility?